Cathy Petersen, a volunteer with the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. You are watching Business Connection, a program produced by the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is committed to finding business solutions by collaborating with regional business leaders on key issues. Our guests today are the 2014 Workplace Diversity Award recipients. From the Dayton VA, Acting Medical Director Mark Murdock. Thank you so much for being here, Mark. And Skanska Vice President Chris Hopper. Thanks so much for being here. We're also joined by Roberta Walker, who is the Manager of Workforce Development for the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. We are thrilled to have all of you here today, and congratulations to the two of you. Let's start first with Roberta. Each year, the Dayton Chamber and the National Conference on Community and Justice partner to award a local business its annual Workplace Diversity Award. Roberta, can you tell our viewers how this award came about?
Sure, Kathy. This award came about with the Dayton Foundation Diversity Task Force, and it was basically to stimulate diversity and inclusion efforts within the business community.
Fantastic. Now, what's the criteria?
The criteria for the award is simply 6 essay questions. Within those questions, we ask for the business and community impact of their initiatives within their workplace. We ask for definitions to go beyond race and gender. We look for their initiatives, if it's in their strategic plan and in their mission goals, and recruitment and retention effort within their workforce, and the role of senior management within those diversity inclusion initiatives.
So what do the Chamber and the NCCJ hope to accomplish by offering this recognition?
Well, we hope to accomplish, we've been partnered with the NCCJ with this award for over 8 years. We hope to recognize companies who foster an inclusive work environment with diversity and inclusion, and how we would like to see how they embrace their employees with their different aspects and how they bring that to the table. We would like to also recognize those employees that are role model that are fostering diversity and inclusion within their workplace. That's our hope with promoting this diversity award each year.
Now, the Dayton VA and Skanska are the 2014 winners. Roberta, what set these organizations apart from, say, the other applicants this year?
Wow, the VA and Skanska really set us at a high mark. Their applications were very vast. The judging committee looked at their leadership support. How do they foster diversity and inclusion from a leadership aspect? Secondly, their total involvement with their whole entire staff, just not management, but also as a staff in general. We also really like the programs that Skanska and the VA had. Very strong program within the staff and also internally and externally within the community. They really stood apart from the other organizations with their community involvement.
And it must be tough for the selection committee. I mean, tell us about the process.
The process is, you know, let me just go back and say the judging committee consists of previous recipients of the diversity inclusion, the award. So these judges know what it takes. They know, you know, the walk that it takes, the involvement. You know, when we look at the definition, like I said, beyond race and gender, they know to look at these specific groups and if these specific groups are fostering diversity and inclusion within the workplace. So we just really break down those aspects to see if they really walk the walk and talk the talk.
Yes. Chris, let's start with you. For those who may not be familiar with Skanska, can you give us the elevator speech and tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, I'm happy to. So Skanska is one of the top commercial construction and development countries in the companies in the United States. We do a diverse range of construction projects through multiple different industries. Here in Ohio, we focus primarily on government projects, healthcare projects, higher ed and K-12 construction projects. We actually came to the Dayton market almost 10 years ago. We broke ground on Atrium Medical Center, and then shortly thereafter, Miami Valley Hospital in downtown Dayton. We've been in the market since. We're still doing work with Premier Health today. They've been a great client of ours in this market. Have multiple other clients in this market, but most recently the Montgomery County bond was passed for the Dayton Metro Libraries, and we're managing the Segment 1 projects. That's 5 different projects for the Dayton Metro Library, their main campus, their operations center, which is their back of house support, and then 3 branch libraries for them.
Incredibly exciting.
It is very exciting.
It is for the whole community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how long has Skanska had a diversity program and initiative?
So I think putting a timeline on it is very hard. I think it's it's difficult to quantify. I think it's been part of our culture for a long time. I think some metrics that or some milestones that you could probably put dates to is in 2005 we hired our first diversity manager, and since that time we've hired 40 additional people that support just purely diversity and inclusion. So that's exciting for us. In 2008 we started our National Diversity and Inclusion Council, and the CEO of Skanska chairs that council, and there's 25 business unit leaders that sit on that council with him.
Why is it so important to have, a diversity initiative among your employees?
Well, I think, to be successful in any business, you want to have diverse thought. And I think if you hire diverse individuals to work for your company, you're going to have those diverse thoughts, and that's going to make you better as an organization. In the construction industry, the different communities we work within, we want to look like the communities we're working in so that we share the mindset of those individuals that we're building projects for. And I think, again, the diverse workforce is going to create diverse thoughts and make you more successful when you're pursuing and constructing projects.
Fantastic. Well, Mark, I'm sure that many of our viewers are familiar with the Dayton VA, but talk a little bit about the current role in the community of the VA.
Well, the role in the community has really been the same as it was when President Lincoln really established the VA. The one thing about Dayton is that we were one of the first 3 VAs that were established under President Lincoln, and our mission is to serve him who shall have borne the battle, and his widow and his orphan. And that mission has changed over the years as well, because now our folks that are representing us in the military are so different. Now the number of women that we have in the military has grown. And really what we add to the community is that we continue to reach out to those folks that have ultimately raised their hand to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And because of that, we have a huge commitment to those that we serve, and we have a huge commitment to this community. And this community, with Wright-Patterson here and everything else, it is a proud and historic community and really focused on veterans' needs. And our ability to take care of their healthcare needs is just huge.
And how long has the Dayton VA really had a diversity initiative?
It really goes back to the 1980s, and it was very, in the government, it was very kind of focused on special emphasis programs, and it was more about, at that particular time, equal employment and affirmative action. But really, we have continued to blossom each and every year, and I think, the more that we're involved in different programs, we really pride ourselves on celebrating our differences. And if you look at our calendar throughout the course of our year, we have different events throughout the course of our year that celebrate the differences that we all have, whether it's based on our religion, race, sexual preference, and we celebrate who we are.
And for both of you, for companies that may be looking to increase their diversity efforts, what advice would you give to them, when they're looking at activities or programs within their organization that might help them create a culture of diversity and inclusion?
I guess I'll go first.
Sure.
One of the things I'd say is be intentional. You need to be intentional about it. I think one of the things that we do is we've fostered a program that's really to help us in our organization to improve patient satisfaction and employee satisfaction. It's called relationship-based care. And at the core of that, it really gets down to people taking care of themselves. And we want our people to be at their best spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And to do that, they have to focus on who they are, what they bring to the table, and celebrate who they are. Because when they can do that, then they can empathize and try to understand others. And I think we're intentional about that. We want people to share who they are and share more about themselves with the people that they work with and the people that they serve.
I agree. It makes for such a better community environment within your organization. Absolutely. Chris, what about you?
So a couple things come to mind. Within Skanska, we just celebrated our 2nd Diversity and Inclusion Week. And what that is worldwide we have a focused attention on diversity and inclusion across our job sites, across our different offices throughout the nation. And what it does is it's kind of a way to reach out to the community. We go with our partners and our clients, and we have meaningful conversation about diversity and inclusion. And so I think that outreach really boosts awareness on it, and it's week-long, full of activities. This year, we had an event at Jungle Gym's International Market to have all of our partners and industry leaders, and we had a lot of different activities and events to find out people's backgrounds and where they come from, and it's really a neat thing that Skanska does worldwide. And then additionally, we have what's called the Skanska Women's Network, and what that is it was an initiative that started in New York City, and we're doing it here in Ohio now also, and that's to have a network for women to talk and share ideas, and so that we can retain, recruit and retain the top talent, top women talent, so that they can excel in our organization, become leaders in our organization.
What kind of feedback do you get from employees?
Very positive feedback. I mean, I think for Skanska, majority of our assets are our people. Our best asset is our people, obviously. And so if we don't have the top talent, then we're not going to be able to succeed. And so constantly we're making sure we have that best talent. And once we hire them, we need to grow them and make sure that they want to stay working for Skanska. And I think Skanska spends a lot of time and a lot of resources to make sure that that happens. And if someone has an idea or something they want to pursue, Skanska supports it almost all the time. The Women's Network's a great example of that, and people really want to come to work for Skanska.
Mm-hmm. Mark, same question for you. What kind of feedback do you get not only from employees but from your clients?
You know, I think from an employee standpoint, our employees really appreciate it when we celebrate each other and celebrate the differences that we have. And I think, you know, recently we had a diversity fair, and I think it brought our folks together, and they really saw it was things as simple as food and customs and cultures, but it really kind of made everybody connect and in a way in which they really understood the people that they work with better. And I think in healthcare it's the key, because it's a team sport. People need to come together. They need to communicate effectively. They need to show respect to each other all the time and to our patients as well. And I think when we kind of highlight ourselves and the differences amongst us, it really helps us come together and work together better.
It really does. And for both of you, what other organizations do you, say, partner with that help you promote diversity within your organizations? Mark, we'll start with you.
A couple of examples. NAACP is an example. We also, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, we partner with. That program especially, we've had some of our folks that have gone into the inner city schools and really learned so much about the children and some of the issues, and it's really helped them grow and understand personally and how they communicate and work with others. You know, the Chamber's a great advocate for us as well. And I'd say the universities, you know, we have a strong relationship with Wright State University, whether it's the medical school programs or the residency programs, and those are extremely diverse organizations. And, you know, and we learn so much from all of our partners.
Mm-hmm. Chris, what about you?
Yeah, I'd echo that. The Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce obviously is a great resource for all that. What Phil's doing is very key, and then the Minority Business Partnership as part of the Dayton Chamber. Belinda and Adrian do a great job to help them move the needle on diversity and inclusion in the Dayton market. So it's really neat to work with them. I think I mentioned our clients earlier. You know, Premier Health does a great job, and they have great leadership. Montgomery County and the Dayton Metro Libraries, Tim Cambich over there, his leadership is valued. In Dayton, the Human Relations Council, Katie and David Lytle over there, they do a great job, and we're partnered with them for the Dayton Metro Libraries metrics that we track and all the work that we're doing there. And then Montgomery County, Matt Dunn, and all the county commissioners are very excited about the metrics that we're delivering over there as well. So
wonderful. Roberta, what can we tell our viewers? How do they learn more about the Workforce Diversity Award?
To learn more about the award, you can visit our website at www.daytonchamber.org, or you could give us a call at 226-1444, and also you could contact our partner at the NCCJ. Their number is 222-6225, and their website is www.nccja.org. nccjgreaterdayton.org.
Now, when someone calls the chamber or sends an email to ask about this, what would you tell them? What would you tell them about the award?
We would just say, just be open and honest, candid, black and white about your diversity initiatives. Like you know, both the Dayton VA and Skanska, it's part of your culture. Let us know what that is. You know, NCCJ can help and go out and speak with them. We just like to bring this up as a best practice within the region. One of our good assets, you know, with the business community is to promote their diversity inclusion their partnerships and initiatives.
Great. Mark, if viewers want to know more about the Dayton VA, what would you tell them?
Come out and see us. You know, I mean, one of the things in our community is that, you know, we are always open to having more and more volunteers. There's plenty of opportunities to volunteer, find out more about us as an organization, be part of us as an organization, and to really reach out and feel what it's like to take care of America's heroes.
Absolutely. And what about you, Chris? How do people learn about Skanska if they want to?
Obviously, we have a website, skanska.com, you know, here in the region, the Dayton Metro Library projects are right down the road, where we've done tours for some students and people that are interested in getting into the construction business. So if anybody's interested in that, we're always looking for top talent, and we'd be interested in meeting people.
Fantastic. And one final question. What did it mean to get this award? How important was it?
It was extremely important for us. I mean, we were very humbled when we did it, but I know that it's part of our culture. It's part of our DNA, and so to get recognized for something that you work hard on, but you know you're very proud of as well. It's nice to get recognized for something like that.
Mark, what about Dayton VA?
You know, it's just an awesome award for us. I mean, because it's from the community. For 3 years in a row, we have been awarded a Best in Class award from the American Hospital Association for what we do, and that's special. But to really receive it from the Dayton community makes it really, really special, and we really appreciate NCCJ and the Chamber for acknowledging us. And it means so much to our people when it's from the local community.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much. Mark Murdock, Acting Medical Director at the Dayton VA, appreciate your time. We also have Vice President Chris Hopper from Skanska and Roberta Walker, Manager of Workforce Development for the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you all so much for being on the program. You've been watching Business Connection, a program produced by the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm Cathy Petersen, your host. Now stay tuned for a message from the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce.
Today's program highlights a key emphasis area within our business community, that being diversity in the workplace. Each year, the Chamber acknowledges area companies who have developed action plans to identify opportunities that enhance the diversity of people and the ideas and cultures of those who work and lead their organizations. This year's Workplace Diversity Awards, given out at the National Conference for Community and Justice of Greater Dayton's annual dinner meeting, go to the Dayton VA Medical Center and Skanska. Each of these organizations has an enlightened understanding of the strengths of a workforce that more closely emulates our region's diverse populations. Enlightened employers recognize that America, as well as the Miami Valley, is a more diverse community when you look at culture, race, age, gender, and so much more. They realize it is a strategic advantage and strength in every way to hire, grow, and promote talent that is more inclusive and reflective of your community. This award, along with other initiatives of NCCJ, the Dayton Foundation, the City of Dayton's Welcome Dayton Initiative, and the Chamber's work on employer inclusion and minority business growth, all help us to achieve a stronger, more cohesive community that encourages a rising tide to lift all boats and the growth of opportunities for everyone in our region. Our congratulations to this year's Workforce Diversity Award recipients, the Dayton VA and Skanska.